New video footage submitted by the prosecution here on the second day of pretrial activities with Tyler Robinson, the alleged of Charlie Kirk. Well, this thread of video is going to be important because it connects some of the dots with some of the footage that we've already seen of alleged Tyler Robinson and his activities. It's some of it still grainy, but it's important because now the facts are starting to align. And I want to show you this full clip because I think you can see that Tyler Robinson, if this is in fact him, was quite active throughout the morning, afternoon, and evening on September 10th, that fateful day. Let's have a look.
It's the individual in the red T-shirt and the shorts and the shoes.
And do you believe you recognize who that person is?
Yes.
Who is that?
I believe that's Tyler Robinson.
All right. And where does he go from there?
He heads out of the parking garage on foot into the campus and actually goes to the quad area of the campus. At that time, he makes contact with some representatives from TPUSA.
I'm going to stop it here because this is something none of us knew before today and this testimony by this officer that Tyler Robinson did in fact evidently make contact with somebody on Charlie's team. This is, as you can see, at 9:24 in the morning. So well ahead of the event, Tyler Robinson is making contact with Turning Point USA, allegedly.
By quad area.
Sorry, the amphitheater is what I previously referred it to.
All right. So he goes up on campus, visits the amphitheater area, the courtyard or quad.
Correct.
And then what do we see here now?
He returns on foot back to the same vehicle.
And what time is he returning back to the vehicle?
It's about 9:25 a.m.
What do we see now?
That's the vehicle exiting with Mr. Robinson driving the vehicle. This is Mr. Robinson returning to the campus on foot from the neighborhood to the northeast. You can see he's wearing the same clothing as in the previous video. And he's carrying a blue backpack.
Describe the clothing.
It's a maroon colored T-shirt with gray or olive colored shorts and then Converse.
I'm not sure if you can see in the top left corner of this footage, it's 10:09 a.m., September 10th.
Shoes.
And what time did he return to campus?
Just after 10 a.m.
And does he leave the parking structure eventually?
He does, yes.
Okay. And during this visit, do you know where he goes after he leaves the parking structure?
Yes, we were able to track his movements on campus. He went to Chick-fil-A in the Sorenson Building.
So again, this is evidently where Tyler Robinson is now put on some jeans. And this is the initial footage, some of which that the FBI released, where he has a limp and an impeded gait and pants on, obviously, in this case. And he's also evidently changed his shirt. So we've seen a little bit of this. And then in another couple minutes, they're going to start to connect some of the dots with other footage we've seen.
Why? Well, let me ask you this. You believe this is Mr. Robinson returning to campus?
I do, yes.
Okay. And why do you believe it's Mr. Robinson?
The shoes are the same, and the images that we have are from my viewing and seeing Mr. Robinson on the video, it's the same person.
He's noticeably wearing different clothing.
He is wearing different clothing, and he also is walking with a gait or a limp in this video.
With a gait or what?
Limp.
Okay. Now what do we see?
This is Mr. Robinson coming up the stairs of the parking structure.
And again, this angle, it was much grainier in the initial release. This is, again, at 11:56 in the morning, was footage that the FBI used as their initial screen capture for the person of interest, if you will. It's actually a little closer when he gets closer to this camera.
Again, he seems to be having issues walking.
And again, were you able to track, were you able to track Mr. Robinson when he leaves this parking structure?
Yes, we were able to.
Okay. So when he leaves the parking structure, where does he go?
He comes up around Campus Drive, as you can see on the video here. There is a cut through there north of the Losee building, and that's Mr. Robinson coming up the sidewalk. He has the noticeable.
I'm going to pause it here. Right above that black car in the top of the video, you can see a sidewalk connecting the parking lot with, I guess, what is the Losee building, with a figure in dark clothes walking towards the parking lot in along that sidewalk.
Gait or limp in his walk. And then he moves south across the front of the Losee building.
On the sidewalk?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
He would be the rear of the two individuals in this particular video.
So right now, if you were to break this picture into quadrants, where would he be?
Who'd be in the top left quadrant, walking to the left of the image.
Now what do we see?
This is an image looking across the parking lot to the Losee building, and Mr. Robinson is appearing on the exterior staircase, which gives access to the Losee building roof and the area where the railing was.
And again, let's break that image into quadrants. Where would he be located if you broke it into quadrants?
It's in the top right, and
Yep. You could just see a figure just underneath the titles of this camera. In that top right footage, I'll rewind it here just a bit, and you'll be able to see a figure right in the white part of the building that's facing this way. You'll see a little figure cut. So let's kind of rewind it just a bit.
Where would he be located if you broke it into quadrants?
it's in the top right, and the individual can be seen moving under the notations that are on the video.
And what time is this?
It's just
This is 12:17 p.m. according to this camera. And again, it looks like this individual now has access to the roof.
afternoon, about 12:15
On what day?
on September 10th, 2025.
What just happened, or what did we just see happen?
The individual actually kind of rolls over the railing onto the roof of the Losee building.
All right.
And again, in the top left corner, the individual is now seen running across the roof.
If you see this way to the left, it's along the median line. This is the footage that we did see again from the FBI initially of an individual running that would be basically the top third to the left and kind of skirting over to this white segment towards the middle of that, or towards the far right of that roof.
Over the Losee building to what would be the southwest corner of the building, crouching down and then crawling to the corner of the building.
And this is at what time?
12:22.
Around 12:23. I think the timestamp on the video is 12:22.
On the 10th.
On September 10th, yes,
So we're
2025.
clear. This is the roof of the Losee building.
Correct.
Can you still see that individual?
Yes, you can, laying prone.
You believe this to be Mr. Robinson?
I'm sorry?
You believe this to be Mr. Robinson?
I do, yes.
And how long is he out there on the edge of the building?
Just until the reported shot was fired at 12:23 and 28. The individual then stands up and then moves across the building to the north.
Is that what we're seeing happening right now?
It is.
Yeah, again, it's very grainy. I'll rewind it just a bit. We're looking specifically at the very left edge, just above this roof line that's in the left edge middle of the screen. You'll see some movement, a dark figure, just, again, middle left.
Moves across the building to the north.
Is that what we're seeing happening right now?
And now,
It is, yes. They move behind the atrium area on the rooftop. to the northeast corner where the white triangle is.
And again, this is footage that we saw within 24 hours or so from the FBI. This grainy footage of this figure in dark clothes coming to this white triangle and then jumping off the roof, going down the sidewalk, and then cutting to the right towards that circle in the road that's off to the right of the parking lot.
Mr. Robinson now.
I do, yes. He's just arriving at the corner of the building, almost the top center of the image.
What are we seeing now?
Mr. Robinson lowering and jumping off of the roof of the Losee building onto the grass area, and then moving away towards Campus Drive. And he appears to be carrying some kind of an object in his hand at this time.
Again, you'll be able to see the figure just below this first evergreen tree that's closest to the road on the right. There's been multiple cars, one or two that have gone probably within 30 feet of him as he's walking by that evergreen, and another one, this white, looks like an SUV in the parking lot that's exiting the parking lot.
So he's approaching,
Campus Drive.
and again, broken into quadrants. Where is he currently?
In the top.
He's going across this crosswalk, middle right, far right of the screen.
White right quadrant.
And the time?
It's 12:24 and 42 on the timestamp.
What do we see now?
He then crosses Campus Drive and drops down into the wooded area on the far side of Campus Drive.
And that is located in what part of the video? What quadrant?
It would have been just off center on the top left side.
What do we see now?
This is the intersection of Campus Drive and 800 South. There's a vehicle attempting to turn right onto Campus Drive. That's the vehicle that's driven by Mr. Robinson.
And on the screen, where is that vehicle that you're referring to located, if you broke it into quadrants?
It's on the left side, on the upper side, the upper quadrant.
Now what do we see?
That vehicle's now pulling away and heading east on 800 South.
So again, the first video footage that connects a number of the segments that we saw from the FBI just within a day or so of September 10th, 2025. So let me say this. Here at the show, we've intentionally been staying away from this story because a couple things. I feel strongly that Charlie Kirk deserves to have the truth, that his family deserves to have the truth and space to grieve properly. I also have been very frustrated with the amount of discourse, lies, allegations, finger pointing, I'm friends, you're friends, everybody's friends, all of this junk that's been going on between individuals, I'll just put it that way, on the internet. This is a case that I want to see facts, and I want the facts to be able to draw our discourse here on the show and ultimately our conclusions. My concern is this, is that I don't know if there's going to be the extent of the facts that we're going to need to see on all angles of this to be able to make all parties happy that we have the truth. And that concerns me. Because ultimately, if we don't, and we don't have those doors closed with truth, then there's always going to be chatter and discussion that is hurtful, is not true, and ultimately doesn't do Charlie Kirk justice. So I'm excited here that we're starting to at least get evidence and facts laid out on who is allegedly Tyler Robinson. Again, I'm trying to be careful in how we're assuming or not assuming things. The key piece of this puzzle is that the prosecution now is making their case, is entering into evidence, footage that we've all been wanting to see. I hope you found that this was helpful as we start to take fact-based steps through this and follow ultimately what is going to be a fascinating trial and a fascinating presentation of facts, many of which we don't know. I mean, let's just be real. I'm certain that they have more video of this event, not only with Charlie in the atrium, but also of any of the suspects that they may have. This is, I'm guessing, and I think it's a fair guess, probably not all of it, that campus is loaded with video cameras. So as the facts present themselves, we'll present them to you. Hope you found that this was helpful. If you did, please leave a comment in the comments down below. And if you've yet to subscribe to the Chris Locke Show, we'd love to have you along for the ride. We'll see you in the very next video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Chris Locke Show for the latest America First news, conservative commentary, and the stories that mainstream media refuses to cover. These two videos right up here, they're going to be next. Pick your favorite. I'll see you over there.